Shut up and sit down.
Hello folks, Colin here, Festa 67's workshop. Welcome to issue number 80 of Build the Iconic Ford Falcon XB GT, the Mad Max car, from our good old friends over at Hachette. Now, if you'd like to grab this for yourself and build one of these along with me, pop over to their website. There's a clickable link in the description below. You too can be building one of these with me. Let's have a look through this week's magazine, see what we're up to. Carrying on with the rear seat assembly this week, folks. It says it's assembled and fitted to the floor, and the floor is attached to the chassis. So you're going to need your chassis section, folks, okay? So grab hold of that, because we're going to be putting the interior tub in today. First up, we're going to be building the seat base for the rear, putting the foam in, joining the two seat halves together to give us the seat unit. And then the seat unit is going into the floor, which is then going into the car. Also, we've got the steering box. Yeah, and that's going to go down in there. Okay, folks, right down in there. We want to engage the sprocket or the cog from the steering column, the pinion, into the rack. Okay, so that's quite important because that lines up or aligns our front wheels with the steering wheel spokes. Okay, so we'll sort that out when we go to fit it together, and also make sure that your wiring connectors are accessible between the dashboard and the engine. That's important as well, folks. Okay. Then it says, carefully position the assembly so you can access the underside of the chassis, and you'll need 4 PS25 screws to join that all together, which we got in the bag just up there. Okay. Shows you all the cables, what the numbers are, what we need, and where they all get connected. So we want to connect them together. And then that shows you all the cables there, and then we tuck them in between the dashboard and the engine area, because we've got a bulkhead going in there soon. Okay, and there you go, is our completed assembly, the rolling chassis, folks. So that's what we're going to end up with today. So that's the magazine all done. We're going to put that to one side, and we'll start a bit of assembly, and then we'll bring the chassis out and we'll start assembling that for you as well, folks. Okay, all right, let's bring our seat unit in. That's what we've got this morning. So let's just clean that up. Right, first things first, got our seat foam going in. Right, it's just I've been sanding on the bench and it's dirty. Right, want to put this foam insert in, and it is going to go in that way. Okay, and skinny part towards this rear skinny section. Because as you can see, the seat is wide at the front and dips to the back, so that your backside dips into the seat, basically. Push that in place like so. We then want to get the rubberized seat unit. Put that over the top, like so. And we want to start pushing that into the back, like that. And then bring over the front, all the way around, like so. And that is that now attached. Okay, we then want to grab the rear part of the seat unit and join the two together, which I've got just here. Okay, so let's grab that, let's open the screws and start the ball rolling on attaching this all together. Shove you out the way over there. Grab a bit of oil and our first screw, like so. Let that run around the thread, and then we want to push this into this gap here. Okay, just like so. then line up the holes and start putting this together. I'm going to go for the middle one first. Like that. Remember, you're going into plastic, so you don't want to over tighten if you can help it, folks. Okay. Then do one of the corners, which is going to be that one for me, like so. And grab the next screw and do the same again, except for this side. Just like so. So that's that seat unit done. Let's get the brush of goodness out. So that's the seat unit all done, looking rather neat and tidy. And they're going to fit this into the tub. So there's our tub from before that we've been building, folks. And we're going to be going in with 3 of the PS25s. Let's grab one of them. Shove you in like so. And then we're going to be fitting this. Now, this recess here goes in this recess here, okay? So let's line that up. And it drops in place. And the reason it drops in place with a resounding click is because these screw heads here sit in that groove, but you've got your 3 pegs there, and they locate in these rebates. So literally just drop it in and slide it backwards and forwards till you hear that sound. Then pick it up, give it a pinch, and we're going in just there with a screw. Once you've got your first one in, it will sit quite happily. Grab your next one. Might as well go in the middle. Like so. And then grab our bottom screw. Just like that. Slide my finger up just underneath, just to pull that seat unit down and hold it as I'm putting in the final screw. Again, don't go too tight because you're going into plastic. So that's now this tub all looking seriously windswept, folks. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh, gonna look even better in a minute. So we're going to now bring in the chassis and we're going to fit this into the chassis. So I'm going to try and turn my spokes to the right orientation. And this is the pinion that is going to mount down and join the steering rack. And I want to try and do it so that this spike or steering wheel boss is at 6 o'clock. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll put that to one side. We'll bring the chassis in. And you'll notice on mine, I've actually took front wheels off. For a reason, basically. Which is so I don't roll across the bench when I'm doing what I'm about to do. So let's just pull all the wires forward as best as we can. There you go. And the reason the wheels are off is I can rest it on this steering rack there. And that should be enough to hold them wheels in situ whilst I put the tub in. That's the theory. That's what I'm hoping. And then line this up as near as I can and shove that in place. So let's just bring all my wires forward. Let's get you out of the way. Try and get you in place. madmax. So let's just lift you up. And we'll grab a screw and we'll see whether that will start biting in place. Because like I say, once I get the rear ones in, I can lift the front up and do any finite adjustments to the steering. So let's just see how this tubbage is sitting. Looks like that's in. Just need to be able to see what I'm doing a bit better. I think that's gone in, so let's try a screw. Yep, that has gone in straight away. I'll take that. I'll turn that around. I will need to readjust my steering, so we'll do that in a moment. I'll get the second screw in and then we'll do a little pry of the front just to reset my steering because I moved it accidentally there. So going right up under there. That pulls that down. Turn her around again. Now I can just readjust the steering. Just like so. Drop that down. Get my spudger out. And we can lever just against that to release that from the rack. Give it its turn. And lower the rack or the pinion down onto the rack, just like so. We have got a little bracket that fits to this as well, so. Right, we'll have that. Now let's quickly grab a screw and try and pinch that in place so that we can pull that corner right in. There is a cover that goes over this that will actually pull that right down, so just like so. So we'll have that. And then we'll do the other side, folks, okay? So let's grab that. Pop that in situ. Grab the front section. Get a nice resounding click. And then screw that in place. Cool. I'm happy with that. We can now bring that around like so. The steering looks okay. We could start connecting some of these cables now. So we've got 2, which is there. So let's start gathering some of these up, I think. Put them through there. There's 2. So let's grab you. And that goes on this forked cable like so. So we'll have a bit of that. That's that one done. And that's going to go up through here. So let's just line them out. And once the bulkhead goes in, we can lose a lot of these behind here. So I'm not too fussed at the moment whether they're in the way. So I'm going to loop it around the back of that light. So that's that one. What number are you? You're number 1. let's see whether we can find 1, 13, 2 continued, 4, 1, there's 1, so we'll have you. That is for the motor, for the supercharger. So let's try and route you through the immense tanglage going on there. There you go. So you can go in. And luckily they've moulded this rather convenient little wire management bit in there, so does help massively. Yep, that's in, so I'm happy with that. That'll live up under the dash. So we get you in place. So we got 2 done. We want 13. Let's find you, which is there. So we'll have that one. 13 is buried down in there. That's for the blue light, that bad boy. So we'll have you up in there. I'll sling you around there. Happy days. And then it says tuck them connections in between the dash. So we've done that. So we're happy with that. So that's 2, 1 and 13 connected. So I can live with that. Quite a lot of spare wire on that one. So I might slide that down underneath, further under there, and tuck it underneath that gap in the seat unit. So let's get the octopus out of the way. Let's pull you down. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Let's get me spudger so I can get a grip on it. There you go. And then that'll only leave that tuck up under there. See, when the bulkhead goes in, all of this can go and live round under there out of the way. That's the theory anyway. Because once the bulkhead goes in, that's going to disappear between the bulkhead and the seat unit. And that only leaves then this group of wires, which is for the lights and things like that. So I'm happy with that. So we put them there for now. I'm going to leave these wheels off deliberately because we've got shock absorbers going in. And we've also got the bulkhead, the battery unit, and all of that lot. So I'm going to leave them tucked along there. And it stops this rolling along the bench as well as I'm trying to build it. So that's where we are today, folks. Looking rather sexy, suave and windswept. So don't forget, if you'd like to grab one of these and build this along with me, pop over to Hachette's website, folks. There's a clickable link in the description below. And you too can be building this with me. Also, to help me out in the channel, if you can remember, like, share, hype and subscribe. Really helps the videos do well, boosts the channel a bit and makes me immensely happy. In the meantime, thanks so much for coming in and keeping me company. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then, stay safe and well. Goodbye for now.